Hi guys, welcome back to Lewis on Film. I am Lewis, and today we're back talking about an Oscar contender, where we're looking at the Best Actress category and Andra Day in her role as Billie Holiday in The United States versus Billie Holiday. So, in the 1950s, Billie Holiday gave an interview with Reginald Lord Devine and tells the story of her side of the investigation launched by the Federal Bureau of Narcotics and the undercover sting operation against her by Jimmy Fletcher, albeit Jimmy Fletcher was acting under orders, but still, and she had an affair with him. And this is that tale told. And I've got to be honest, I don't think it's told particularly well. So, let's see. So, first of all, I know the name Billie Holiday. Obviously, she died in the 50s, 30 plus years before I was born. And I've heard some of her songs. I don't know that much about her. I know about her kind of very troubled life. Her mother was a hooker, and she became a hooker, and then she developed into this legendary musician character. And I had no clue about the importance of her song "Strange Fruit." I do now, having seen this film. But that's the real story here. The real story is the important part of the story is that idea that she wrote and performed a song that begot or became a symbol of the protests against racism, and that for me is enough. That's a story I want to know about. And I think that you don't need much more other than to explore that idea. But this film is directed, of course, by Lee Daniels, who did Precious and The Butler. And my issues with both Precious and The Butler was he just throws lots and lots of information, lots of unnecessary information, just to see what will stay, what will stick. And it's exactly the same problem here. He just overloads the film with information, and the real importance of the piece is lost in the pile. Whereas a film about a singer who's trying to be silenced and the reason for it is much more powerful, in my opinion. With that being said, this is the most I've enjoyed a Lee Daniels film, and the reason for that, and the reason the film works so well overall, is because of the amazing performance from Andra Day. And, you know, she's earned an Oscar nomination for it, and she's worth seeing alone. That she is the sole reason to watch this film if you've got no other reason, because it truly is an engaging and captivating performance, and it's one that will be remembered, I'm certain. It's a tough year to call the Oscars for Best Actress. Very tough year, and I'm going to sit and consider it for a while before I give my full breakdown of what will win and what will not win on another day. But I can understand entirely why she is expected to win, because it really is an incredible performance. So, the film is just a bit too all over the place for me. I don't know how much of the action is true, but I think that the affair that is translated on screen with the FBI agent, it muddies the water. It isn't needed. It lacks any kind of storytelling discipline. There were too many things, too many factors going on. It moves all over the place and back again, and I just don't think it's needed. And it does ruin something which is otherwise very nice to watch. And the reason I enjoyed watching it is because, again, Andra Day, we're coming back to her and how powerful and captivating her performance is. Because Billie Holiday was a fascinating character, and Andra Day does a really good job of capturing that essence. And it's a real shame that there's just too much. Yeah, there's too much mud in an otherwise clear river here, essentially, and it's a real shame. Real shame. So look, I didn't hate the film completely. I don't want you to think I did. It's very nicely shot, set designs wonderful, music's good. There's a great choice of her songs, and you know we kind of get to an extent the greatest hits of Billie Holiday performed by Andra Day, and it's really really nice. It's just everything else. It's just the story of the FBI guys intruding in her life, which is fine to an extent, but the fact that the affair just doesn't really add what you want it to, which is a real shame. And as well as that, the back and forth between her and her husband, it just seemed, it made her seem weaker than she actually was, I think, which is again a real shame. It's a real downside. So some of its parts are fine, but the overall end product just is lacking that bit of discipline it needs from its director to stick to a style and really make it work in that regard. It reminded me a little bit, possibly the title will tell you why, but that's not what I mean. It reminded me a little bit of The People versus Larry Flint, in that there's this idea that he's trying to publish pornography, and he's saying it's my right to do so, and obviously that film handled the situation correctly. His American right to make money and to do things wasn't illegal. It's just they were trying to stop him for a specific purpose, and then it all mounted into something which was far too much for him to handle. That's kind of what happened here, and I think maybe it should have been more like that, but alas, it isn't. So look, I've never seen it. Obviously, there was a film in the 70s starring Diana Ross where she played Billie Holiday and Lady Sings the Blues. I think I'd rather go and watch that, than sit through this film again in terms of learning about Billie Holiday, just from what I've heard of it. But if you want a film whereby the kind of state goes against someone just for doing what they do for a living, then go and see The People vs. Larry Flint. Thanks again, folks. So the Oscars are coming up this weekend. I am going to be posting over the next couple of days my insight into what I think will win. I need some time to process this performance first, and then I've got one more film to watch, and I've seen more or less all of them. So keep an eye out for that over the next few days. I'm going to be posting about the Oscars, which are coming up this Sunday, and I will be hands-on on the Sunday giving my reactions to each win. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.